I know many of you are now getting requests to test other people's tubeless systems and articles. What I want to do in this film is show you a quick overview on how I test systems, how I test rims. As far as burping, I use this glove. I roll the tire sideways. I do most everything between 35 and 37 pounds of air pressure. I also use a 4-inch C-clamp on the sidewalls, and I think these are tests that you can do in the shop on anybody's tubeless system, and then make your own opinions on which one's going to trap air pressure better. Because even though my rim strips trap air pressure really well, and probably better than anything else using a standard tire, there are certain people and certain rim combinations and certain tire combinations, people are still burping air pressure with my system, which I feel is a very, very good system. So what I'm saying is that you people like the DT Swiss system is nothing more than just taping the spoke hole airtight. That burps very, very easy. The Mavic system is designed for tubeless tires. The new tubeless tires are much better. They trap air pressure much better than the past. Still, the non-tubeless tires, they burp air pressure very easy. I just wanted to show you a few pointers on how to test everybody's systems. What we're going to do today is we're going to do a comparison test. I'm going to compare the Mavic UST rim. I'm going to compare the DT Swiss or Eclipse system, their rim and their system, compared against my rubber rim strip system, all in standard rims or standard tires, whatever the situation. Now, the people from Mavic are going to say their rims are designed for tubeless tires only, which I agree. The people from DT Swiss say that their system is designed for tubeless tires only, which is easy to say, but you know the consumer is going to do whatever they want. They're all familiar with my system. This is a Mavic tubeless rim. You hear the popping taking place? I'm going to take this up to about 37 pounds of air. The reason why the rim is popping like that is because their design has such a straight sidewall inside. I'm using a glove here to protect my hand. Got about 36 pounds of air in it. And as you see, when you hit a bump or roll the tire sideways, it just releases the air pressure. This is with a standard tire. Now we're going to take the same tire. There's no sealant in the tire. It's been sealed pretty good. It's not completely airtight, but it holds air. Now I'm going to check the DT Swiss system next. Okay, now we've got the DT Swiss system, or the Eclipse system, which is basically the same thing. It's the same tire we just had mounted on Mavic. We got 37 pounds of air. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the same roll-off test. I'm going to take the tire right here, put my hand on it, and as you can see, it just burps air pressure right out. Basically, all their system is doing is it's covering the spoke bed airtight, which is not what we need. What we need is the rubber rim strip creates an inner seal, so when you roll the tire, the rubber rim strip is thick on the sides and it's filling all the imperfections in. It's making the rim have the thickness of a bead of a tubeless tire, but even better, it traps air pressure that much better. Let me do another test back on this tire again. This is something that you can do yourself. Maybe you're not as strong as I am. Not that I'm all that totally strong. The leather glove does help my hands. I put it back up to 37 pounds of air. We'll put a 4-inch C-clamp on the sidewall of the tire. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take it put the clamp about a 1/4 inch, an 1/8 inch to a 1/4 inch above the rim, or you can go right at the rim if you want. My rims will my system will take it. Now what we're going to do is we're going to squeeze this clamp together. Now as you can hear, right now, this barely is deformed with the DT Swiss or the Eclipse system, and there's already air loss. I mean, this is tremendous. What this is going to do is it's going to give us aftermarket people a bad name, I feel. So I want you to at least be able to test so you can see what the differences are. Many riders and many people will be able to get away riding this. You know, a light rider probably won't burp too much. But if they want to try to get down into the 20 PSI, the tires are going to be rolling off the rim. Now we're going to do a comparison, the same exact tire. I'll take it off this DT Swiss system, and I'll put it on one of my systems, and I'll do a tubeless tire in a minute here to show you what a tubeless tire is. And then again, these are all little simple tests to show you how to test for different systems. Okay, now this is a standard rim, a Bontrager a race light. It's a rear asymmetrical rim with my rim strip and the same tire. We're just going to inflate it up to the same. Take it up to about 37 PSI. This is not even using one of my rims. If I use one of my rims, it's going to trap air pressure even better than this. Okay, what we've got is we got about 37 pounds of air with my rim strip in this tire. Let's see. You see, we can roll it sideways and we're not burping air pressure. These are things that you can try. Now let's do it with the C-clamp test. The same thing. We'll put it just above the 1/8 inch, 1/4 inch above the bead. Make sure I'm not on the rim. And then we'll tighten the C-clamp. And we'll see if we can get it. Now you can see I'm already to the point where the other rims were burping air. We can continue on even further. Take the sidewalls till they're touching in the middle. We got it completely touching just below, above the bead, and there's no air loss. This is just a standard rim, a standard tire with my rim strip. If we were using a tubeless tire, the big fat soft beads trap air pressure even better, which we can show you in a minute. We'll take this back off. Okay, now what we've got is we've got the DT Swiss system and a Mitchelin tubeless tires. Tubeless tire. Same thing. We'll take it up to about 37 pounds of air. About 37 pounds of air pressure. Now this is a tubeless tire, and this is a newer design tubeless tires, which are definitely much better than even they were a year ago. The tire companies have learned how to trap the air pressure better on the Mavic rim. But we're going to take this DT Swiss rim, and as you heard right there, every time you hit a bump or come on an off-cambered trail, a heavy rider just riding on an off-cambered trail, he's going to roll his tire, and he's going to continue burping it just like that. And that's with 37 pounds of air pressure. If you were to get down lower, it's going to be even worse. Then again, I'm doing these tests so you can use these as comparison. You can see what I do, but you can see how I test it. And I can guarantee you in the long run, this system is not going to hold up too well. Now here, you hear it right there. It's already burping. And we're not even halfway to the completely squeezed together position. Plus this tire mount's very difficult. These tubeless tires on this DT Swiss rim with that plastic insert, in my opinion, they mount very, very hard. I'm using metal tire levers to get them on and off because I could bend some plastic ones. Now I've showed you the other systems. I showed you the Mavic system with a standard tire. I showed you the DT Swiss with a standard tire. And I showed you my system with a rubber rim strip and the standard tire. Now I'm going to show you one of my new designed rim, the same Kenda tire, the same standard tire. What I'm going to do is I'm going to mount this tire onto my new designed rim with no rim strip, just this plastic yellow tape. And as you see, with a 4mm lower sidewalls, how easy these tires mount. I mean, they just literally fall on there. We pop them into a little bit of shape. We'll take them up to 37 psi, and as you see, it inflates quite easy. And you hear it snapping on. Not as loud, but it doesn't need to be as loud. Okay, now we're going to show you what this tire is for rolling, burp, and air pressure. We got 37 pounds with no rim strip, and as you can see, we can make it burp. It's very, very difficult. We have to really work at it. And this is just a standard tire on my rim with no rim strip. I have a new rim strip designed for this rim for the consumers because it's going to be too difficult for us to tape every single rim or sell it in an aftermarket application. The rim is designed so precise that what I've done is I've made the rim strip, designed a new rim strip which weighs 38 grams. When you put that rubber rim strip in here, it'll make the tire inflate even easier, and it'll create that inner seal that we're gaining on all of the older systems that I've made.